All right. So this front porch chat is about what I have learned about being in my 40s and more. Okay. So being in my 40s have taught me that being a beautiful woman versus not being one, you have very different life experience in relationships and with people. And a woman who is not a beautiful woman is not going to understand your experience as a beautiful woman. This is what I've learned about being 40. I've noticed that women who are not that attractive or who do not know how to be attractive or carry themselves that way, or who's just not beautiful at all, they don't have the same experience as a woman who is a beautiful. Okay. I noticed that um there's other parts of where I have also seen that uh what I've learned about 40 is that it has showed me how very fucked up and miserable a lot of older people were when I was just a kid. I realized how young I was, and I realized how fucked up these older people were around me, how predatory they were, how hateful they were, and how much they were jealous of young girls. And they were also jealous if you were prettier than their daughters. Okay. That's what 40 has taught me. 40 has also taught me that either you're going to sit around in life, okay, and hold on, that's my normal. Okay. Either you're going to sit down in life and and deal and never do nothing about what's going on in your life, or you're going to get up and take your life back, or you're going to do life. But I also see that if you have not, and I want to make this very key to all of you out here who've ever listened to me that's in your 20s, right? If you're not even, if you're still in your 20s, under 25 or older, I want you to hear me out closely. If you are not shaking and moving in your 20s, like you don't have goals and ambitions, you ain't have them since a teenager to your 20s, I promise you, you'll be one of those people by the time you get 40 years old, you ain't gonna do shit. I've learned that too. Everybody I know who's 40 that has done something, they said this. They know, they can tell you what they've been doing with their life from the teens to the 20s. They can tell you the life that they decided at in their mid 30s, right? Uh Maybe even early 30s. Whatever life decision they made moving forward, even if they changed a point of their life, they still knew exactly what they wanted to do with their life. Okay? They knew exactly what they wanted to do with their life. Your health. If you have not been taking care of your health from now into your mid 30s, you ain't going to know how to do it in your 40s. Today, I drank, I ate, had a good time with my family. I had such a good time that I was sitting in the room watching Grays, and I actually got up and I heard my little cousins dancing and stuff, and I came out there to watch them and record them and stuff, having a good time. Then ate some more food, and I gained some pounds, and I said, okay, I'll lose it. I'm not worried about it. I know I was gonna lose. I said, I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna lose this weight. It's gonna go away. All right. And so, why did that happen? Because I learned how to look at things in life different. Either you're gonna sit around and hold on and let that shit drag, or you're gonna grow up. You're gonna grow out of that shit. Either you're gonna accept this is your reality, or you're gonna quantum leap and transform your reality, the reality and identity that you want to be identified as moving forward. When I sat here today and ate burgers and potato salad and all that stuff, I knew that I knew what was coming when I went to that party. I just enjoyed myself. I just had a good time. Okay, that's it. I just enjoyed myself and I just had a very good time. And that was it. It was like, and I'm like, you know what? I can still drink water. I can still flush my body out. I know how to do that. It's not that it's life and death. Hold on, somebody mentioned me. What is this? It was just perfect to be that being is known in the role as Nas. Okay. I'm a spiritual helper from Ghana. These are some of the problems I can help. Okay, so someone is trolling me. Let me block them. Thank you. I am sitting here making a comment. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. All right. I'm sitting here making a comment. Okay. All right. And the comment that I'm making is that I'm talking about an actor. See, this is an example of what I'm talking about. Here I am talking about an actor, okay, that played a major role on the Sundance Films page. Okay, for those of you who may not know what the Sundance Film is, I take Sundance Film very serious. The creator of it died this year, September. I did a big rest in peace to him. Robert Redford, definitely big shout outs to him for even creating Sundance Film and giving such indie creatives a platform and a voice. And yeah, so we got somebody talking about they do readings and this is what they help with. I'm I'm so is did this person not read the room properly? Exactly. Oh, okay. Then look at Mika. And then I want to add that let me get off this page. I'm getting distracted. 40 will also help you see distractions. You will be able to identify your distractions immediately because clearly that's a distraction. It's not even a, you know what that is? That's not even a distraction. That's off base. Okay, that's just out of line. That's out of, it's like we are talking about film and acting. So anybody who makes a comment, I'm looking forward to like a comment from what I said. Maybe they like this actor too. Maybe they agree. But you, excuse me, but you are sitting here talking about a E5 reading of a list of readings that you can do. We are not in a space to be doing that. Okay? We are not in a space to be doing that. And I want to also tell you too about 40. You'll recognize patterns. You will recognize patterns of behavior. You might even sense who the fuck is behind the fucking page trying to troll you. Cause you just don't got time for that. You understand? You just don't got time for that. Right. Now, now, what else I want to tell y'all? I wanted to show y'all an album cover from an artist that I thought is a great example of what I'm talking about here. Um, we we're getting. I want y'all to like. I want to say. I gotta say this. Let me put this as a sidebar. I have to put this as a sidebar. You know something? I think that as a whole, uh, as I've been listening to divestors, and I hear a lot of what they have to say, I think that a lot of it is very immature. I am starting to see, even with myself, from my younger years in my 30s as well, but I'm starting to just see how immature they are, how they talk about things and what they I understand where they come from a lot of things, but at the same time I'm just like, man, like it's still immature. And that's a major thing that you will experience in your 40s as well, especially when you start getting into your 40s, is you're going to have an intolerance from immaturity. You're going to have a very big intolerance. I mean, let me tell you how. Let me explain a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm getting at is, for example, when I first opened my mouth, I said I learned that women who are beautiful versus women who are not have a different life experience than women who are beautiful, right? Or women who have been beautiful all their lives and who have known that they're beautiful. And beautiful women have a lot of trauma and things that we go through that other women who are not beautiful do not go through, right? And I think the same thing with males, but I can't speak for them because I'm not one. And so with women who are beautiful, you understand that you have a different life experience than women who are not. And so women who are not beautiful, right, or who don't live as beautiful women, make that clear. You can see from the way that they talk that this is not a beautiful woman, right? So, with that wisdom, you're going to see how they act, how they behave, and the things that come out of their mouths. I don't have to know what you look like to know what you look like online. You don't have to show me your face for me to know what you look like. I've been that way for some time now, but that has really stuck with me now, right? I also am able to detect jealousy and envious behavior. I'm also able to detect when I'm not liked. I have there has been a new leaf changing in my life in the most odd way, right? It was the most odd way. And having a family member that's been sick, I noticed that since I've been, giving them more attention, not that I never did, but giving them more attention and telling them how beautiful they look and telling them, oh, you look good, do this and that and this, and just more, something has shifted that beyond, I can't explain it. I mean, no, I am explaining it with this particular family member. And I was like, I had to tell him it was hard and this, then, and the third, because, I'm saying like and his family member and the other family member, I noticed that things are shifting with them too. And I just was like, realizing the growth, right? I'm like, whoa, this is not usually the experience that I get. This is a very different experience. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in a room watching Grey's Anatomy. And they were like, you're having that show, for like 30 years. I was like, yeah, it's like 30 years. It's like, yeah, 30 years. And my bro was like, are you watching? And I was like, yeah, I'm watching Grey's, because he listened to it. He's like, I was like, yeah, that's Grey's. But the point that I'm making is that, and then he asked me what I was doing. I was like, I'm about to start this schoolwork and stuff. And then he anyway, I can feel the difference. It's like a whole nother reaction to my energy in a way I have not experienced in a very, very long time. Okay. But I've noticed it's because I've been showing a lot more vulnerability. You see, I've been showing a lot more emotions and feelings and caring and in a way that I've never shown before. And that's why I got a different reaction, a way different reaction than before. I never really show feelings and vulnerability and emotions like that. So anyway, 40. It can be a scary age for many people. I want you to understand something. Where I had my awakening, I get told you don't look 40, but I don't ever get caught up in that. I look at how I feel and I look at why I don't look 40 to people. You're 40, you don't look 40, because of life choices. That's another thing. Your life choices do matter. I know I have this debate that there's no choices in life. Some say life just says there's no choices. Okay, I get it. But life choices matter. Okay? So you sit here and you make wiser life choices, right? Then that's going to happen. That's how, that's where the looks and all this stuff come from. And also, if you're a beautiful person, you're just beautiful. Hi, Power Wig. If you're a beautiful person, you're just beautiful, right? Are you okay? I just felt your energy when you came in the room. You okay? I've been drinking, but I'm not tipsy or nothing. It's more juiced down than now. You can taste alcohol, but it's not. It's like enough alcohol to put me to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Are you okay over there? I just felt your energy. It felt aggressive. It was like, "Hi, bitch." But 40 doesn't have to be scary. Seriously. 40 is I thought about it like this. Because I look at everybody's health, right? When I turned 40, the coworkers was like, "Oh, you're gonna have hot flashes and your health and girl 40 and then this and that and welcome to 40, welcome to 40." And I thought about that shit and I said, I watched videos with women who are elders. I mean, women who are like well into 80 years old, well into 60 years old, right? And the 80-year-old woman said, "You're still young when you're in your 40s." All of them, every single last 60, 80-year-old woman said it. 70s, all of them over 60 years old said it. They said, "Young lady, 40 is still young. Let me tell you what I did in my 40s." Okay. And I said, "Yeah, you're right. 40 is still young. You shouldn't have your legs given out. You shouldn't have your body given out. Shouldn't have your heart given out. There's something in life that you have not been paying attention to." And it's so funny because I have she's, I don't claim her, but this is my stepdad's family side. And I was very offended, but I held my tongue. And to this day, I'm really proud of myself. I was in my 30s when this happened, probably like about a good 37, 38. But I was very proud of myself for holding my tongue in that car with that bitch, because she was trying to tell me, sure you can, that I wasn't living right and this, that, and the third, and she was just running her motherfucking mouth all while her back was giving out. She done had spine fucking surgery. She not even supposed to be driving. I didn't give a fuck what she had to say. I didn't give a fuck what she had to say, because I remember what the fuck she was doing from her late 30s to her 40s. I don't even respect what she has to say. And what that was clearly projection. A lot of people, you will learn this too as you get this age. A lot of people will try to continue to project their pains, their sorrows, their toxicity onto you a lot. You realize it when you're younger, but you don't realize it until you hit this age. Like, oh, a lot of people are projecting. They want you to hurt the way that they hurt. They want you to be in pain the way that they are. They want you to suffer the way that they do. And they can see that you're not. And so they try to project, 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 project. And you'll see that a lot. You will also learn in this age you don't want to be around people who are sick. Okay? I'm gonna speak for myself. Let me tell how you gonna feel. I'm gonna tell you what I learned. I don't like to be around sickly people. Now, the family member who's sick, they're gonna be all right. I tell them all the time, you're gonna be all right. You got this. It's too much love around you for anything to go haywire in your life. You got too much people who want to see you heal, who wants you to be healthy. And this family member has made healthy life choices as well. uh oh shit, this one different. Hey,
Can
that's
you hear
what's
me?
yes, you sound great.
Okay, good.
You got the floor.
Oh yeah. Um, so what were you talking about? Because I was going through the live stream and I didn't hear you for that minute or two. You're talking about oh I think if I could remember you're talking about health, like your heart not supposed to be given out,
I was
stuff
saying
like
I'm speaking from what I've learned about being 40, and then you heard me get into the importance of how at 40, if your health is deteriorating, that shows the life choices that you have been making. Hey, now I can't hear you.
okay. So what happened was oh, shit, let me just
Oh, you got
what
your ear stretched. That's dope.
oh yeah, I do.
You got the little one though.
It's half an inch.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. That looked real small. Okay, cool.
So I had my friend come out to visit in Phoenix, right? She came down from Phoenix
Right,
and she just turned 39 in September, right? And I told you the whole story through text, but it really opened my eyes
right, right, right,
because she has no direction. No, well, she has goals, but there's no plan. And that made me realize I want more in my 40s.
right, right.
That's it. Because I'm
So
smoking weed.
I wish you know what? I have a blunt in that living room. I forgot about it. I need to go get it like right now. Cause I didn't get high before I went to the party today. Well, I had stayed the weekend, so that's why I didn't get high. If I forgot, I didn't bring it with me. That's what happened. Anyway, so from what you said, now I have a question for you. This friend is 39, right?
We talk about my friend, right?
Yes, from what you're saying, right?
Okay.
What life? How long have you known this friend? How, like, 10
All
years?
right.
20?
So what I really like about this friend, we met when I was about, I think it was in 2004.
Right.
So I was okay, I was 18 in 2006. So 16 years old. And I
Uh-huh.
came out and I joined a group called Rainbow Revolutionaries, okay?
Why that sound familiar? Yeah.
Rainbow Revolutionaries is a queer youth group um back in Hawaii, and that's how we met. We met at a water park. That
Right.
was the first time we met. And then we've been friends ever since. And then last year I came across her at a girl pool party.
Right.
Yeah. And before that, I haven't seen her since 2016, but we
Got
were like those off, not, I wouldn't say off and on friends, but it was like when we're together, we're always partying, we're always having a good time, and it was
right.
always gay centered events. So
Right.
she's like the only best gay friend that I have
Got you.
that is
So
not male centered, that is you
Fun.
know,
Right.
yeah. So we're consistent in that. And I've never had a conversation with her on deeper things like career, health, none of that, right? And I was on that journey for the since 2018, just talking about all that stuff. And just like talking to her now, I'm just like, I don't think she's sat with herself. You know, like how you were saying last week that a lot of women are not doing the work.
Yeah. They're not doing
Yeah.
internal or the outer work. Like this,
Did you see my kitten?
let me see. Oh, I love the color at the top. What's
Yeah,
the
she matches my let's
outfit?
see. Um
That's one of them real comfortable hoodies too, bro. I could tell from the fabric. Like that's that good.
it's cold out here.
Yeah, when the fall wind, that wind hit, the extra breeze, that's a good hoodie for that. So I thought
Yeah,
you was
I'm grabbing food, so I need
no, it's
a
cool. I thought you was about to show me something with the cat. That's a pretty cat. She's adorable.
she's fucking being a terrorist right now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's cats for you. I gotta feed Bella. I fed Bella, but Bella be having her attitudes, man. I be coming through the door. I could feel her attitude when I come through the door. Okay, so let's get to what I'm saying here. Now, what I've learned about 40 is this. I don't know if you heard this part. You have to already have been doing something with your life before 40. Like from teens to 20s to 30s, you see? So if you have like projects like myself, if you have projects that you like started and you did not complete, or you like not that you didn't complete them, but they're just sitting there. Once you hit 40, you're able to pick them projects up and know what to do with them exactly. Just like even mid 30s, I'm not gonna hold you. Even mid 30s will do it too, you know? You're gonna know what to do with those projects and pick them back up again. You're gonna know exactly what you want to do when you hit 40. There's no question about what you want to do because you already been doing it, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Like I noticed if someone is a songwriter, right? And maybe they were writing songs and they never took it serious in their 20s. Once they hit young 30s or to mid 30s, they say, hey, I'm a fucking songwriter, right? And so they write songs and they get paid to write songs, join a group to write songs or whatever, because that's how it goes. Then they hit 40, they get in their 40s and they say, you know what? I'm gonna start singing the songs that I write. See what I'm saying? That's what you already been doing that. 40 just helped you get it there. Or you say, I'm going to start doing a soundboard for movies for the songs that I write. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's already there when you're in your 40s. That's what I'm saying. Like you already had the momentum and the rhythm of doing it. This is the whole destiny swapping thing that everyone's talking about, the process that I was talking about the other day and stuff, because the process is a part of what you've been doing for some time before you got to the level of once you hit 40 and what you're doing. Like I would just say, I'm trying to be transparent here. When I saw someone who claimed that they were doing this or art whatever at 40, I can see how constantly they were being distracted and pulled away from what they're doing. When you're 40 years old, that doesn't happen to you. When you're 20s and your 30s, yeah, that shit can happen to you. Maybe, depending on how strong you are in your 30s. But when you're 40, that shit don't happen. Whatever is distracting you, whatever's getting in the way of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, they gotta go. You see what I'm saying? But
You
most of the
know what?
time,
I've been feeling that lately.
yeah, most of the time that's in your 30s. But go ahead, you got it.
I've been feeling
What
a
you
sense
eating?
of I've been feeling a sense of urgency
Hmm.
because I'm like, if the people are a waste of time, I don't want them in my life. And I think like, like I think you said this before about people revisiting people from your past revisiting you in your 40s
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I literally have an ex that came back around, and it's so wild because I told my current girlfriend, I said, this person's going to come back around. I told her that, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew. And this person came back around and told me about their past relationship, which was atrocious. And how I found out is because at first when I talked to them, they lost a parent. So I met that parent, so I was just talking to them or whatever. But I also found myself talking more business to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, your music can be put in a film if you want to be an act, if you want to roll in this film, da 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 da. You see what I'm saying? From the project that I've been doing. And then when I talked to one of my family members, they were like, yeah, they reached out to me and stuff like that, but they're talking about you the whole time. I think they really want to talk to you. I don't think they want to talk to me. And I was like, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised by anything. That's another thing for you. Won't be surprised by shit. I've been this way since 30s, but I don't be surprised by shit more in my 40s, but because I can see it happening before it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Probably another thing too, um,
Hmm.
we're recognizing patterns, right?
Yes.
So we already know how people move, and so
Uh-huh.
we're no longer invested
Right.
in other people's lives, and we don't care about their approval because
Uh-huh.
we realize, especially like with social media now, we're realizing the scam. We're realizing that people are now focusing on getting money,
Uh-huh.
building empires, building businesses, rebranding their name. Like
Yes.
there is no time to waste.
Uh-huh. And see, if people paid attention closely, the people on YouTube who stayed around for monetization were people who were teaching something or had something beneficial for people to watch. So anybody who taught you how to journal, how to do calligraphy, how to save your money, right? What's life like in college? Vlogging about that. Those are the people that stuck around on YouTube. If anybody paid attention, you see, and see that's your life at 40.
Oh, I know what you mean. They only had 1,000 followers at one point, and now they're in the millions teaching something.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, you're right.
they're giving courses. They're actually
Uh-huh.
giving courses. You can go to their website and see that they're teaching you something. These are the people who last. I realize this. Though the drama people and all that stuff, they get a certain audience of people. You get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
one girl, she ended up losing her YouTube channel because she went on a platform that was not her kind of platform. She went on a platform Bigo. I suggest nobody go there, but I've had my experience there, but I suggest no one go there, especially if you're coming from certain type of platforms. She went on the platform Bigo. They harassed her so bad and caused so much problems. She lost her channel. So she lost her monetization. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be very mindful, and at 40 you will, of who you deal with. And you in the beginning I was talking about how I was at the Sundance Film Festival. No, actually online, like the page. And I had made a comment about one of the movies because I don't know if I told you already what I'm in school for. So that's my whole world. Screenwriting, scripts, all that stuff, the actors, that's my whole world. And so I was commenting on the actor. I couldn't remember his name, but I was saying he was a great it's the movie about the guy who's a drummer and he's the teacher. I cannot remember this actor name for nothing. But anyway, he has done the Clear Eyes commercial too. Not the original guy. He's
Not
like
the white guy?
not the original tall white guy. He's the second one with the short guy with the glasses. He does the Clear Eyes commercial too. But anyway, I'll get his name soon. But anyway, he's the teacher, and I was talking about it. So someone comments is like, "Oh, I do readings, and this is the kind of readings I do." Asshole, read the room. How about that? You know, We're talking about movies and actors. Why are you here? So things will become, you will notice people's weirdness as you get in your 40s. Oh my gosh. You will realize, and I don't really call people weird because I understand what weird means and stuff as a creative and shit. But y'all know what I mean when I say weirdness. You'll understand what weird behave, like how weird people are when you hit your 40s. This is what I understand about Robert Greene and why he wrote the book 12 Laws of Human Nature, and why he also is writing the Sublime, or so he's writing another book as well.
What do you mean by weird? Because
I'll explain. Robert Greene said, have you ever watched people? And he said, if you ever watch people, I don't know if you know his story. He had a stroke, he couldn't walk. And so he was jealous, he was envious of people walking because he couldn't walk and stuff, or he was watching people and shit. He said, people are fucking weird, right? And I have a book called The Weirdo Manifesto, which talks about all the creative people of the world. So that's what I'm saying. I understand what the word weird means, but I'll explain. I like to say that their behavior is offbeat. Okay, that's the word I like to use, and I'll let me explain. Okay, offbeat means, okay, Black Obsidian, we're at the Sundance Film Festival page. I don't know if you know about Sundance Film Festival. I am a big, big supporter of them, love them. Okay. Robert Redford, rest in peace to him. He died this year. He opened the door for indie artists to have a platform and receive awards, and to sign up for foundations and grants. Okay. This is what he did for us as filmmakers and creatives, right? Great, right? Sounds awesome. Why the fuck are you over there talking about readings and what kind of readings you can do for people? Why are you commenting that? That's what I'm talking about, offbeat. They don't know how to read the room. They they don't know how to be a
that could be
part,
autistic too.
or trolling.
Oh yeah, that yeah, I know what
Or
you mean.
trolling.
Like
See what I'm saying? Or trolling. And this is what I'm saying about 40 is you'll be able to identify this. I blocked that person, but at 40, you'll be able to identify that shit.
that that feels kind of like gang stalking or some kind of what do you call, like some kind of like a psyop drive by or some shit.
Well, I know where it's coming from. This is what I'm trying to tell you too. Because once I added this significant person to my page, this has been happening. That has not been happening to me. I have been connecting. My page is very tight and very private. Okay, very private and very tight. So that means, it means that I only have creatives on that page. Only music artists, only screenwriters, film directors. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People who do the soundboard, people who are verified. My social media is tight. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody can sit at my table. I have that. That's what I'm saying. So I only realized that this started happening said when this person added me. Do you see what I'm saying? So I've been watching that, and there's a time I don't even add. I don't even add or accept friend requests. It takes a lot to be a friend. I have a very high standard of that friend request.
Oh yeah, people hitting you up in the DMs are weird too.
I don't do DMs. That's about to be a rule too. No DMs, only email me. Thank you for reminding me that. I have to put that. No DMs.
You
Only
know
people,
what?
the only people who can DM me are the actors that I have on the project. Other than that, I don't want nobody DMing me.
Right. Because think about the thing about social media. I don't know if you feel social media is a siphoning tool. Okay,
Yeah,
because you are interacting with people that you would not choose to interact with in your real life,
I talked about that. I always talk about that.
as people
That
have access to you.
yes,
And it
which
makes sense to hide behind an avatar.
that might be him. That might be him. You be on it, don't you? Hold on. That sounds like that's him. She might know what movie I'm talking about too. Is it called Drums? Let me see if this is him. Yes. When I saw the name, that was yes, J.K. Simmons. Thank you. Yes, he's in this recent movie. That's who I was talking about. Thank you. See, now that is how you follow the room. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, let's get back to that. Yes. This is what I was talking about. This is what I do talk about when I talk about people online and people having access to you. And I also talked about self-worth and whatever parental room you got going on in your life and stuff, and how these people are able to come into your world and into your life. um this is how gang stalking and all this type of bullshit goes. I have really learned this at this age. I prefer meeting people in one-on-one, right? And I prefer having physical interactions with people. You get what I'm saying? uh this social media world connection thing is a no for me. Okay, it really is. And because people who have had access to me that should have never had access to me. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is again going back into this age that I have learned as well is when you are building something for yourself, you don't want nobody in the way of that shit. Okay? And I mean this from my heart. You don't want nobody in the way. And if you allowed anybody in your way, you forgive yourself. You let it go. You accept it. You accept your hang up. You accept whatever womb you were going through at the time, maybe whoever you were with that was into whatever it is. You'll get the fuck over it. But at 30 is go time. I mean, excuse me, at 40 is go time. It really is. You just have to you'll know. I remember somebody would told me one time, he said, when you at 40, that's when you really start knowing yourself. And then this
See,
woman
there's
said,
a reason. There's a reason why adults are discriminative or discriminatory because of they you start to build on your discernment. See, I'm fucking high right now. I should not be
no, you
talking.
got it. No, you got it. You got it. Take your time. You got it. I got you. You all right. Okay, I add in.
I'm
Okay.
stumbling over my words, but
No, we
yeah,
got you. We got you, bro. We got you. What you
man,
got? A sativa going on? You got a high
shit,
going?
that's a good question. I just get high. I have a pack of joints,
Okay.
and let me see. I normally let the bud tender choose because I don't care. I think
Right.
it's a hybrid.
Okay, you got a hybrid. Okay, that's why
It's
you
called
stumble.
GMO cookies. That's the name of
Oh
the strain.
shit. Okay. That's why you stumbling. Okay. Them cookies will do it, bro. Anything cookies, I swear them shits be sneaking up on you. They be like, oh yeah, I like this. And you be like, oh shit, I can't stand up. Cause I used to like space cookies. That's my
I
shit.
like the weed that makes me laugh.
Oh no, I don't want to laugh
I
so
don't even
bad.
want to be thinking. The problem is, let me tell you something. I notice something when I do get high. I'm scared to go outside.
Oh yeah, I don't never want to go outside if
I
I'm
don't
high.
want to go outside when I'm high because I get weird. And I
Yeah.
know it's because I'm overthinking how to
Mhm.
act because I'm just too high. Like I'm a space cadet.
I got you. Who what? Space cookies, baby. Fuck it. I can't
I
stand up with those space cookies. You crazy as hell. Nah. Talking about the way
have
you said
to.
that. The cookies in
You
my
know what? That's what I don't know what people are on. They're on medication. I'm on the devil's lettuce. That's it.
word.
That's all I do.
I fuck with them devil's letters because honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I've been work as long as I've been like reading and creating and going to school and staying away from toxic people. That's mentally been helping me so
Oh, for
much.
sure. Like
My health, yeah,
if you're an artist and you're not doing art, you become insufferable. You
yeah,
become unpleasant to be around because
uh-huh,
you're not in a creative space
yeah,
where your mind can be stimulated and
right,
your imagination isn't dark, because when you don't have access to your to the tools to work on your creations,
Right.
you just start having some dark thoughts, right?
Yeah. Yep. And yes, true. And I want to get to what you said. Let's take it back to a little bit what you said here. You said pattern recognition, and then you went into people having access to you. Right. That is one of the biggest things about 40. You don't you don't make yourself accessible. Let me tell you something. When I was in my early 30s, I think I'll say 30, 31. I remember at the time, I remember I call them Pisces was saying to me, "You got joints left? I got one joint left, half a joint." He would say to me, "Vinci, you make yourself too accessible. You got to stop making yourself too accessible." And I remember he would say, "You need to read the 48 Laws of Power." He used to tell me that all the time. He'd be like, "You make yourself too accessible, and you need to read the 48 Laws of Power again. You need to read that book again." He's always telling me that. And it's funny how life goes, you know. Time is going on. Now I'm in my 40s, and I'm like, I don't make myself accessible. You know what I'm saying? You have to energetically always protect yourself. Always. You know what I'm saying? Because because at 40, I started in my mid 30s, but 40, I started realizing this. I picked this up so strongly. I've started picking up who are the meanest people on this fucking planet, right? Who are the people who are just so fucked up and mean and nasty? First of all, it's I agree with this one Asian woman said. She said it's low intelligence, right? It is low intelligence. She's absolutely right. That's how she worded it. But
The
also,
super friendly people are the fucked up people.
that is an interesting one too, because ugh, I am considered to be a mean person, right? Because of my boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have seen people who they spitefully want other people to suffer because they feel they have suffered or they endured some suffering. Or because of their suffering, they're around other people who are fucked up. I have noticed this. I'm telling you, I have
You
noticed this
know, no, you're right, because
with people.
I
Mhm.
can recall being miserable and wanting to be around people when I was the most miserable.
Yes. And then they were fucked up too, right? The people you were around.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and we all got high off of negativity and toxicity
Yeah. See?
just to spike each other's blood pressure.
Yes.
Yep,
And
toxic.
I realized that you don't even see how mean you are to each other in this kind of toxic circle. And this is what I also noticed too with like the divested black women and shit. There's a bit of narcissism there as well. I started peeping that. I was like, it just seems to be this kind of minion thing. And these women are very abusive and mean. Every black divested woman that I have watched, like you don't just sit back and
You
watch.
know, you're right. You're
They're
right.
abusive, they're mean, and they have these minions. And I'm saying this because I watched her, but it's because I like to watch people around other people. And she was around this white guy and she was talking to him, right? And she was saying, you know, I really don't like your friend such and such. And she was just so toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And she was like, I really don't like your friend such and such. And I don't, why would you deal with someone like that? And I have a problem with people like that, you know? Like, I think there's a way of talking to people, but that is a very, to me, very manipulative, abusive way to try to get somebody to not deal with somebody because what reason it sounds,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's
Like
a backhanded comment, s-
projection,
like an indirect way of putting something in your head. Like,
right?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's very passive aggressive.
right. And that's what I'm saying that I watched her around other people and I said, this bitch is mean. Like this bitch is cruel. Like I could see that. Usually at a certain point in my life, I was around people like this so much that I did not see this type of trait. And this current relationship I'm in had helped me ground myself a little bit more and check myself more about that type of behavior, if you get what I'm saying. So if you don't grow in your 40s, right? If you don't grow between honestly mid 30s or 40, like that's why people be so fucked up and sick and looking crazy and shit, like older and shit like that, because of how they're living. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you know what? You really just reminded me of something about what you said, about what you just said right now. That's why people in their 40s and up, they gravitate towards the younger people because they're still naive. While you in your 40s, you're either working on yourself, either you got it or you fucking don't. There's a real split. There's like a race against time.
They um you have to check yourself. Like, for example, I was around my little cousins today. Young girls, beautiful boys, children, just little children, right? My teenage cousin, I saw her, and she grew up to be a beautiful little girl, you know. And my cousins, we have a pretty rough life, my family. So any of my cousins, if I see how beautiful or however I'm proud of them. You get what I'm saying? And so I look at my little cousins today, and I was so happy to see all of them be happy. You see, if I was a bitter 40-year-old bitch, I wouldn't have liked her. You see what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, I know what.
You
Yeah,
know, I mean,
yeah.
like, that's crazy. Like, you was a little baby in my house before, and I wanted to take you to the beach with me. You see what I'm saying? I remember I remember you when you was a little kid, and I remember I wanted us all to go to the beach together across the street. I'll never forget that. I was like, oh, I was happy to see my family. All
You
of
want to see your family do. You want to see the people around you do good. That's
Yeah,
what I don't understand. That
I was
means you in a good spot yourself,
right.
right?
And I was talking to my brother's wife, my sister-in-law today, and she was talking about the mother of the children. And she was like, how she was such a liar and this and that. And I said, because I told her, I said, look, her entire life was a lie since she was a child. I told her, I was like, I feel so sad for my cousin. I just think, I'm not going to get my family business, but I was like, I believe she had a psychotic break when she found out who her real dad was. And I was just telling the sister in law, to help her understand that I have compassion for this family member. See what I'm saying? I could have dragged her for how many kids she had. I could have been nasty, but I wasn't. For what? This girl has gone through enough.
Man.
She went through enough. I'm serious. She has gone through enough in her life, and for her to even just, it looks like they make her happy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if
Uh-huh.
she has something that's making her happy and joyful, and then I'm happy for her. And then my uncle being in her life, with the children, I know he's happy to have all his grandbabies. She's good. You understand? Because that's honestly, had her life been the other way around with us, she would have been better. We know that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't have it in me to ever drag this family member. For what? What am I getting out of that? What does that
And
say about?
they tend to look sickly too. You notice?
Yes. Yes, I have a family member that's sick now. You cannot tell. She just looks tired. I tell all the time. I say, you just look tired. You don't look sick. You look good. You really do. She's like, yeah, I do be tired and this, that. I say, yeah, that's it. You look tired. But this is what I'm trying to say too. Like 40. Let's get back to 40. What I have learned. They say most people become millionaires or start their own businesses in their 40s. And
Hmm.
I get it. I get it. I fucking get it. I get it. I have been, as you, if you've been listening to the latest show, we have been doing the money frequency show. We've been talking about the laws of money, and we're going to keep going on that. And
Shit, I
I
just bought a book called the 12, the what do you call that? The
12
12,
laws of money.
no, not laws of money, but just the universal laws of nature.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's universal laws of nature, 12 universal laws of nature. There's 7, 12, and 48 laws of money, right? Then there's 12 laws of human nature, right? 12 is a powerful number, especially if you learn about it in the metaphysics of the Bible and stuff like that. 12 is just one of the strongest numbers in the Bible. I think Jacob's ladder had like 12 steps or some shit like that. And of course, it's 12 zodiac signs and all that shit, right? All right. So now, what all of this stuff is whatever you read, you're going to apply it. Let me just make that clear. Whatever you read, you are really going to apply it to your life. You're going to realize, I have come to realize, like, look, I am from New York City. So if anybody understands that there's plenty of fish in the sea, it is me. Okay. I understand that people come and they motherfucking go. Okay. And you choose to, whoever you want to stay, you choose to say who you want to stay. And unfortunately, people who stay in small towns, they don't have that reality the way that we do. Us inner city, not just New York City, us inner city people have that reality. Small town people don't have that reality. Small towns have very small minds. They don't know nothing beyond that, unfortunately. And that too is a choice. Let me make that clear. That too is a very much a choice. Um, you can chime in anytime you want to, Black Obsidian. I want to also mention something else about 40. 40 can be the most uplifting, spiritually beautiful age in your life. For those of you who may want to take yourself back to school at this age, for what you really want to go to school for, this is also a beautiful age to even really take your business and whatever company, whatever you are building, take it very serious and really learn how to do it. Your business, your money, follow and understand your money more at this age as well is important to do. Okay. Let's get into something here from the comment section. I kept it up here. Over friendly people are cruel. Over friendly people are also the angriest people. My current partner, out of her Southern hospitality, I noticed how she can be very friendly, but she's not friendly. She's not friendly, but she can be very friendly. But I can hear it in her voice, that I can feel it around her, that she has a tendency to get on people's nerve, right? And I used to like, but I know why she gets on people's nerve, because they can pick up that she's not really as friendly as she's coming off to be. But she's doing this because this is what she knows to do, and this is her survival. Of course, because she's my partner, I get to see that side of her. I've experienced it today, and see, I'm the type, when she do that shit, I go the other way. That's just me. But that's another topic. But as far as other people, yeah, she's like, she ain't friendly. She can be kind, but she ain't friendly. I have experienced things where I've kept my cool because I was like, I don't want her to feel no type of way about the way I'm acting. So I would keep my cool. But then I found out later how she really felt in that moment. For example, one time we went to a smoker shop, and I know why that had happened, when I thought about it later. And it was this white lady, she comes storming out the door and like, ba 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 ba. I need to see your ID. I said, I said something along the lines of, if you see how old I really am, you ain't gonna do nothing but get pissed off. Like I know I said something along the lines of that to her. And of course, she looked at the ID and saw how old we was. And everybody do that same look they always do. They double look in our face every fucking time, especially me. They double look in our face and just be like, bro, Give me back my fucking ID. And so I try to not be so rude, if you know what I mean. I have that black West Indian in me. I could be very rude. So I try not to do that. I try to keep my cool for her. I'm not going to hold you. But then I find out later on how she really feels. You see how that goes? See how that reflection works? It's like I'm the one who shows what she feels. I'm going to tell you what we are, okay? Are you ready for this, Black Obsidian? I'm the black cat femme, and she's the golden retriever lesbian. Okay, that's and I always say in theory that the black cat femme is a reflection of what the golden retriever really feels. I know it's kind of strange
The
to hear.
black cat femme is the moon.
Yeah, she represents what the golden retriever feels.
That is interesting.
She does, because the golden retriever is, happy and friendly to everybody, and but behind the scenes we really
Yeah,
know.
like dogs are damn pygmies.
Yeah, and then when we get behind the scenes with her, we get what she really feels. We get her anger, we get her sadness, we get her, you see what I'm saying? We get to hear all the truth, because that's what she was saying to me, that she's like, me expressing myself, this, that, and the third. And it was just like, it's not that you express yourself. If I pop my tire on the side of the road and you're fixing my tire and you're talking shit to me while you're fixing my tire, I don't want you to fix my fucking tire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. I just try to get her to understand these things, because the thing is, when people are used to being around unattractive women with low self-esteem, a woman with who don't, the opposite of that is not going to tolerate certain behaviors and the way you talking to her a certain way. That's the thing that she learns from me. Like, yeah, you can talk to your best friend that way, because that bitch don't have no self-esteem or no sense of self. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's probably love to her, but to me, you can't talk to me like that, because I know who I am, and I have a sense of myself. You can't talk to me like that.
I hate when people are friendly with me.
Huh? What kind of friendly? What you mean?
I'm like the overly friendly people. Like
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
when I say friendly, I I really mean a person who's just receptive. Like
I,
not receptive, but like a forced connection. I fucking hate that.
I don't do forced connections. What the fuck is that? That's, you're up to somebody.
Like,
Somebody sent you. That's crazy.
mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, I like natural. I like people who. It's so
People like that are
yeah.
fucked up people.
Yo, what's funny? It's so funny you fucking say that, right? Because there is. I'm gonna just say I have peeped the secret enemies that I have at work, right? And the secret, y'all got me thinking. Now I remember. Those secret enemies that I have at work are the most friendliest people at work, and
Your who? The secret
my,
enemies?
the secret enemies I got at work are the ones that are the most friendliest people at work. They don't like me.
Yeah.
You know how I put it together? When I start losing this weight and I start changing the way I dressed at work and I start stealing my clothes and shit, I changed my whole identity at work. Putting, what I'm saying, how I dress, my hair, everything. I don't wear my bonnet or nothing at work. I changed my whole look. You get what I'm saying? And so I noticed, I started peeping, wait, she don't like me. This person, I didn't even, you understand what I'm saying? I started recognizing who really don't like me. Girl, isn't that some shit? And they're the most friendliest people at work.
I had that when I had that experience mainly with family. I could peep that shit, strangers and people outside, outside of my family. I could peep that shit, but my family, that was um That was something that I didn't want to accept, but I already knew that I had a fake ass auntie in my life. So yeah.
I think we all experienced that. That was one that was hard for me to accept too. That I had an aunt that she just did not like me.
Yeah, like I was just
That was
I was
hard to
just
accept.
intel. Because you have relatives that will use you as intel to
Mhm.
know dibs on someone that they're not talking to, but they want information.
Well, it's something dark with that aunt because she got it out for my mom.
Uh-huh.
I think it's my mom is a very beautiful woman. Not that my aunt is not. Um, she just looks different than the rest of them. So my mom just, I think she just something about my mother that she was just jealous of. And this aunt ended up on drugs real bad too. But I mean, the choices she fucking made put her in the position that her parents treated her the way that she did. I don't know what she thought she was gonna get treated like. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, mom had me, but after she had me, she went off with her life and she was with a man, and then she married him and had the rest of her children. Do you see what I'm saying? You went and had children willy nilly everywhere, and you was on crack. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Your mom had to take in one of your children who was a drug baby. Like, you understand what I'm saying? With some people, it's just like, what did you think your parents were supposed to treat you like?
Right.
What are they
Hmm.
supposed to treat you like when you walk through the door and your children? It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, if 40 will open these doors for you too. You start waking up to this shit too. You're gonna be like, what the fuck did you think you were gonna what did you think that you reaped, that you have sown all this time? What did you think you were gonna reap? So you got some people who you'll look at them and you'll be like, okay, people are stupid, but you also realize that some people really don't get it. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't get it.
They don't question anything either.
No, that's what Risa. That's why I love that 50 part Risa Tisa story.
The
Okay,
50 part? Oh man, I could not stand that dumb bitch.
I'm gonna tell you why I love it, because I pay attention to all the women who actually watch that shit. I ain't watched that shit but for a few seconds and hung that shit up.
Oh,
I listened to everybody else do the review of it. I did not watch it because you know what? The first thing I saw is that bitch loves attention. She had intentions of going viral with that motherfucking story. She had intentions to try to get on TV. I can go on and on and on. Number one, and this is what I was telling everybody too about being in the wealth frequency. When you live in the wealth frequency, you're not going to want to go to fast food, and you're not going to want to eat certain foods because it's all an energetic thing. You're not even going to want to shop in certain places because it's so energetic how you live in your life. Okay. And you're going to want your body to look a certain way. Ain't nobody of that caliber, excuse me, going to be walking into no fast food place. Okay. Number one. Um, Even if they want fast food, they don't have to go in there and get it. Okay, let's just get that out the way. And plus they won't eat that. Especially someone who's managing football players, you think he's gonna eat slop? I mean, I'm just saying.
Wait, what was her
Okay,
what was he supposed to be again?
okay,
Who
you
was
didn't
he?
watch it. Okay, he was supposed to be,
I
um,
seen how he looked like.
girl. He was supposed to be playing football, girl. He was supposed to be an ex football player. What ex football player is? I've been around athletes before, mainly basketball.
I thought he owned a restaurant.
I think he did that too. Well, girl, I don't know.
There
Did
was
he?
multiple things that he did.
No, I think he was supposed to be ex football player. Girl, he probably owned the restaurant too. I'm not going to put that past him. She. This is the point about we going back to the age 40 and we because we talking about I'm in my 40s, so that's the only age I could talk about until otherwise. What I'm realizing is that when you experience life, you're going to want to experience life more. That's what I noticed as well. But are you going to realize how much life experience you have versus how much you don't? That's number one. Okay. But you're going to know people at this age. If you don't know people at this age, you have been sheltering yourself more or you have not been paying attention enough. Okay. Okay. You're going to know people. As I ride the wealth frequency, there are certain ways that people live their life and certain things that they do because I'm starting to do that my damn self. I'm even realizing the way realizing the way that I think, such as being judgmental or any. I don't even be judgmental towards people anymore. I look and I observe for what I need to observe it for, but I don't be like, oh, look at this fat ass bitch, and I don't do that no more. My mind has really literally have shifted. And I try to develop this mind in my early 30s. I remember being this way. And I see why I was trying to do that. But now I see why I'm really doing it now. Okay. She said she watched the whole thing.
Look, she was a dumb bitch, and all the rest of the dumb bitches in the comments that was sympath that felt sympathetic towards her. They relate to her story. But when you look at these people, she was on the Good Morning Show. And I think she got a trip to London and she got a car. I don't know what she won out of that.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. He's a reflection of her. Just think about it. The same way he lied to her about his fame, that's how she wanted fame. That's what I
Mm.
got from that entire
Oh,
fucking
she
story.
projected.
Yes, he was. You're
Wow.
supposed to be somebody online and your tire gives out, girl. What other fucking sign do you from the universe do you need not to meet this motherfucking person? What other sign from the universe do you need not to meet this motherfucking person?
Yeah, shit
I
like
had
that is never on my algorithm. I don't have.
Oh, that was told to me by the fake friend that I had, by the way. I didn't know nothing about it.
I'm so glad.
She
I
told me
I
about that shit. I would have never known nothing about it if no one ever told me. Because I don't
mm-mm.
watch shit like that. I can't. That is only if I'm teaching something, whatever. But I don't watch shit like this. Okay, let me see. I'm just starting to get to know people because I was isolated for 35 years, basically. Uh-huh. Excuse me. Very traumatic family and envious random people at school and jobs. Just now making friends. I'm proud
All
of
right,
my.
I'm gonna get off because my phone's about to die. But it was nice chatting,
As
and
always,
I'm gonna listen on my iPad. All right. Have a good night.
you
Bye
too.
bye.
Good. Black Obsidian is beautiful, right? Not that I haven't seen Black Obsidian before, but that's like the first time I got to see her like face to face like that. She's beautiful. I knew she was because she was Scorpio. She couldn't told that story in 1 minute video. It wasn't that interesting. Girl, she wanted the drama. She's toxic. She wanted to tell a story. She wanted to feel special and she wanted to be a victim. But here's the thing, you're not a victim. And this is why it goes back to me talking about being 40 and being 40 and look, when you are focused and concentrated on whatever you're focused and concentrated on, no one can get in the way of that ever. Okay? When you are dedicated to something, no one can get in the way of that ever. Let's put that up on the screen. When your mind makes up what it makes up, and you apply whatever you read, whatever you're learning, whatever blogs you read, whatever you are learning, you apply it to your life. No one can get in the way of that. Yes, I ate uh, a cheeseburger with ketchup today and a little onion. Yes, I ate chips. I ate spicy chips with dip, right? Yes, I ate fucking marshmallows with sprinkles. Yes, I ate a damn cheesecake, caramel cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake in a cup. All right. And all of that shit is going to make me gain about 2 pounds. But guess what? I can drink my water. I can sip my tea. I can flush my body. Okay. Because not to be TMI here, just I drink some damn Sprite and I have not drank soda in a while. As soon as I drink that Sprite, it released out my body. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. That was the cleanest way to say that, right? It just, right. Because my body is not supposed to intake any type of soda. It just instantly, it was like bloop bloop. Nope, your body can't take this. You gotta go. It has to. You have to release this out of your body because my body is still telling me yes and no. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I ate that burger and the potatoes, and I ate the burger, I ate the potatoes, I ate the what's that? What I had? Burgers, potato. I didn't eat the hot dogs, no. And the chips and then the desserts. That was uh that was okay. You laughing? That was okay. So again, I know how to sip my tea. I know how to drink my water, right? I know how to still cleanse my body out and I can still go back at it again. I know how to work out too, you know? I know how to I know how to lift a weight, so I'm okay. So I'm not really stressing it. You see, I'm proud of myself because I'm not doing that. Now, the point is I can get back on track. I don't have to lose it. I can get back on track as much as I need to get back on track. See what I'm saying? Another thing that is key. Um People, the bubble sound. What bubble sound? I didn't hear no bubble sound. People uh will people, okay, at this age. People will people at this age. But you have to deal with them accordingly. You have to have emotional maturity. Please, please don't be like me. Okay? Please. Um, I have cursed people out at work. I have gone the fuck off. I have been ready to chop off. Like, don't be like me. I need you to understand that people are very cowardice. You will, oh man, let me tell you this. As I've grown older and I sat back and thought about things, I realized how cowardice people are. People are afraid to leave. Oh, okay, okay. I did make a bubbles. I had to think about it. I did say bloop bloop bloop. I did make a bubble sound. Okay. Yeah, because that's how it feels in the body. I don't know if you experienced that. Like when the body's releasing something that doesn't need to be in there, it will really. It feels like that. And so I had to realize the experiences I had in life, in my own, and things I've done, and I was like, this is cowardice behavior. People are afraid to leave because they don't want another failed marriage. People are afraid to leave because of what so-called what the children are going to feel. People are afraid to leave because of what other people are going to think. People are afraid to leave because they don't really believe in themselves as they say that they do. People are cowardice because they they are simply that, cowards. People are cowardice because they are afraid, and I can go on and on about how people are such cowards. And you will, in life, as in your 40s, you will begin to learn about this shit. You'll be like, damn, motherfuckers are cowards, motherfuckers are weak. Yep. And remember what Florence said, it's two sides of the coin with faith. You have faith that you can do it, that you can win it, but then there's the faith in that you will not, that you will lose or that it will fail. You have faith in the losing of it all. Uh-huh. And so this is why alignment plays a part, success studies plays a part. This is why you align your energy with a certain type of being. I was looking today, I'm not gonna hold you, and I was looking at Lena in the limo with this dude, and they was smoking, and I was just like looking at her, and I'm like, but what I realized is the first thing I felt was this woman is very well respected. You know, wherever space she's in, this woman is very well respected. When she interviewed the guy about James Baldwin and she introduced him, he was just like, hey, it's an honor to be here with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so that showed me something in life. Like, this shit is really about levels of life and vibration, and how you do life. You know what I'm saying? And how you live it. Because I know why that offbeat person is on my page following me, okay, and making ridiculous comments about readings on my page. See, I know why that's happening. See what I'm saying? Because I've been down the road before. Okay? Now, I'm also aware, okay, that hold on. I'm also aware that I saw something here, y'all. Excuse me. This is a time where relationships do matter the most. This is why people get to this age and they want to hurry up and settle down and they want to hurry up and get married. This is the age where people stupidly want to have another baby. Those people don't have nothing going on with their life unless they never had children before. I also want to add that there are people who, in this time, I want you to hear me very closely and I want you to get prepared for this, because usually it happens in your 30s before you hit 40. But there are people that you ain't gonna want to fuck with if they're not at a certain level of life as yourself. You're not gonna want to fuck with them uh if you realize they're not, okay, uh trying to go further or do something with their life. Okay? You're going to realize that. You're going to realize that you may find yourself, because now I'm talking to black people at this part right here. You may find yourself really starting to understand what divestment is for you. Divestment is not so much of nignogs and hard R's and dusties and mammies. That's not what divestment is only about. Um, Divestment is about whatever is no longer working for you and you let that go. This is the age of divestment. I if any age is the age of divestment is from, I actually say from mid 30s to 40 and always to your 40s and up. But this is the time of divestment. What no longer serves you, what no longer pushes you forward, whatever moves the plot to your life, or whatever does not add to your life, you will divest from it. You will divest from doing business in certain places, meaning there are certain places you will not shop anymore. You will divest from how you do business with people or where you do business from at, where you bank, stuff like that. You will divest. Uh, Even with career choices, you would divest. Um, I don't have to keep saying excuse me. So I just need you to understand that this is the beauty of 40. It's the pivot, it's a pivotal point of your life. It's a very big part of life where you just like, you know what? This is the direction I'm going, and that's where I'm staying. Okay. Let's say rest in peace to award-winning actress Diane Keaton. She died young. She died at 79 years old, everybody. Yes, let's definitely say rest in peace to her. Okay. Um okay. I want to say this too. You will energetically not want to deal with anything uh that is negative talk or people who talk negative. I thought it was very interesting today. Okay. That a certain family member expressed that about their money situation. And I was just kind of like, I didn't say nothing, right? I didn't say nothing because I was like, interesting. That's interesting, you know. And I can feel my body reject what they had said about their money situation. Like my body rejected it. Like, no, I'm not accepting that frequency around my money or my money energy or how I talk about my money. Okay. Okay. And so I also noticed that with all of that, I think that you have to come to terms to yourself. Okay? You have to come to terms with yourself and understand that as you come to terms with yourself, things are not going to be the same in your mind. Okay. It I they're not gonna be the same in your mind. I want to go ahead and show you uh uh what's the name? Uh I want to show you this artist. All right. I want to show you this artist. I want you to give me a second. Let me find this artist. I want to show you his album cover, right? I'm trying to find it. Okay. I want to show you his album cover. And it was more around the words, not so much of the album cover. But this made me think about what it feels like to be 40. This entire album cover made me think about that. Okay. And I never really listened to this album all the way, but I've heard maybe 2 or 3 songs, 4 maybe at most, from this album. Anybody who's been around, this is an artist that I constantly always put out there because it's been forever since I know this artist. Since the beginning of me doing radio, this artist has been around. All right, this artist, I have played a lot of this artist's music. He is on album like number 5 or 6 at this point. It might be 6, okay. But this artist is still going. Okay. Now, let's go. Now, we get into the word a new growth, right? He has just hit 41. He has just hit 40. I am a year older than him, okay? And one thing about 40, I laugh because I can see that he's in 40. He's just hitting 40. I can just see it when I look at his page and everything, and I just laugh about it. But anyway, I sit back and I watch this artist because there's some people who, as I grow, I watch them grow and I see what happens to them. Right now, this particular person here, what I have come to see is that this is an album he made in his late 30s, right? And now he's 40 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes another one. But now he's been sitting down and doing like this kind of table talk, uh, chit chatting and interviewing these different artists and shit like that throughout LA from all over around, right? It's pretty dope. Now, why this album cover? You see somebody, looks like they're probably in the den, possibly it may be a living room area. You see a bunch of plants, see a artwork in the background. He got his eyes closed and he's wearing green. And he's just probably like, okay, what's going on here? And then you got the blinds. And you're just like, okay, wow, somebody just took a picture in their living room and just put new growth across the page. But no, no, no. We're going to go deeper than that. And some of you might say it's a nignog. It's an N word with a hard R. It's a dusty, you know. Some of you may say that. I hope not. I hope we have a much more wise, intelligent group of people here for that. But we sit here, we look at this and go, okay. But what is the new growth? What is the new growth of being 40 years old? Okay. Groundedness. You want to ground yourself. You want your life to be more stable. Okay, you want boots on the ground, as that song say. I never really listened to that boots on the ground song. We're gonna listen to it today. I don't like that song very much. It sounds like a slave song to me, but anyway. uh boots on the ground, the fan over him, and the fan is not on. As you see, everything is still, right? Pay attention to everything in the image is very still. He's very fit. You can see his muscles. He works out, all of that, right? And he's blended in with the earth energy, right? Because when you hit 40, this is exactly what it feels like, or at least this is what it's supposed to feel like. And the downside of this is if you're somebody who's a free spirited like myself and you like to do what you want to do, however you want to do it, and live your best life, and this, that, and the third, this can feel uncomfortable for you. You'll be like, hell no, I want to do this settle down shit. Hell no, I want to get married. Hell no. You rebel against that shit. And if you're not careful, you will regress, right? Me, I'm somebody who tapped into the new growth energy and begin to learn about myself more and begin to make changes. Yes. He's a Pisces. He's a double. I go by what people say their chart is because I understand some people don't put their birth time out there. He said he is a Pisces with a Gemini moon. And what is his rising sign? I got his chart as a Scorpio rising, but I forgot what he said his rising sign is. Is it Aquarius? I don't remember. He the Kurt Cobain is the 20th of February. Him and Riri got the same birthday. He loved Riri. I thought Kurt Cobain was March. Yeah. Okay. Then that kind of threw me off. I was like, Kurt Cobain. I thought he was March. And so, oh, okay. Okay. Now I know something. I thought he was March. That explains why that cancer wife was so crazy over him, that whatever her name was. And so, as I said, as you know, this person's a Pisces. Uh-huh. Well known as a Pisces. The wife was a Cancer. The whatever the fuck her name was. So we talked about her before. Anyway. So new growth. If you're not careful, you will regress. And with that friend, what happened was she kept always talking about when she was in high school. Courtney Love. Yes, I could not remember that bitch name for shit. She goes all the way back to when she was in high school. And going back to when she was 19 years old. And what she used to do at that age and all this shit that she can no longer do in the now. And this is where the regression takes place. Oh no, I wasn't coming at court. Remember, I did a whole show on her. I did a whole show defending her, actually saying, leave her alone. You know, she had lost her husband and shit like that. Yeah, she was breaking down over that. Yeah. That's that Pisces and Cancer relationship, though. They are just so goddamn. That's that. I call them the crackhead lovers. They are straight crackhead love. That's their shit. I mean, Monica's a Scorpio, and she experienced the guy she was with killing, unaliving himself as well. So that can happen too, Darren, if you're not careful, if you're not ready to grow, you want to take yourself out. Um, let's get to new growth, right? All right. So, what is the absolute new growth about 40? You become a new identity. That's basically you become the identity as who you are. Yes, that's what new growth is about. Who is this identity that you are? Who do you say that you are? Who are you living life as? Who are you being? That's what new growth is all about. Okay. New growth is also about how have you grown? See what I'm saying? How have you grown in life? New growth is also about uh, time. See, time. What have you been doing with your time? Okay, that's another thing that I think that is another important thing as well. Let's get into, excuse me for the yawning. Let's get into the songs on this. Huh? Where's the playlist? This one is fun for free. We're gonna play some clips of this album because I thought, where's the playlist? Am I bugging? Oh, he put this out 2023 in Scorpio season at that. Oh well, Libra when it comes to Scorpio season. A lot of artists are tagging everybody the credits. Well, Taylor Swift is kind of getting some flack now. I heard her macro aggressions. Hold on, y'all. Why take me all the way back here? I'm trying to listen to this man album. Fuck. Hold on. Let me calm down. Oh yeah. Let me act like I know how to use YouTube first of all. That's a dope picture. Okay, non-videos. Let's move over combo. That's not the. It's not the album. Hold on, y'all. All right, hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm a visual person. Hold on, take this ride with me. And I know he watches. Okay, so we got the gospel music going, so that tells you his background, where he come from. Me, I sing. So this probably is telling you who he was as a child. We don't gotta get into that. Honestly, I'm a threat. Go with the feeling. No love without you. That's my jam right there. Con and nasty. That one is dope too. That one gives me like a modern day hit. That one definitely should be on the radio. I don't know if Ever Friends is. And No Pussies for Losers is a good song too. Never heard Combo, never heard Whoa. All right, so we're gonna play some clips. Let's go. I can't play
Not today. I can't play. Not today. Honestly, I won't say no names. Oh, I can't believe that would be a question. Oh, I can't believe you never learned your lesson. Now you're curious, new love. Are you serious? For what? I'm not coming back to take the claim, cause I know I bring you better.
Okay, that sound like an ex coming back. that sound like that sound like an ex coming back type shit. Okay, let's see. Go with the feeling. This is his signature sound right here. Okay, that's this.
I wanna be with you.
Okay, we ain't gotta do that one.
The fact that you hit my line, I'm tapped in, I'm on overdrive. You've always been waiting.
I can't put it. I can't put my finger on who this is. Who, like, when I hear this song, who do I hear? I just can't. I'm trying to tell you, it's just
Way too fine, but now you're mine. I'ma take my time since the fact that you hit my line, I'm tapped in, I'm on overdrive.
right. Okay.
We talking on the daylight, no offense, I may better not.
Okay, this sounds like his first album. Okay.
After we make love slave, there ain't much I gotta say right now.
Okay, I get it.
I could feel your body peeking, don't need no other reasons now. To love on you, to love on you. Hold up, just
Yeah, this is him from his first album right here. Yeah. I had
talking on the daylight, no offense, I may better not. After we make love just slave, there ain't much I gotta say right now. I could feel your body peeking, don't need no other reasons now.
that's beautiful. that one felt beautiful. That one
Just
feels
stop the faucet off if they all fall short of love. So let me tell you how the story goes. It's always been the same for sure. I'll lead with my best foot first. I'll show you my best, never worse. I'll lie and lie till I get my way.
yeah. So here's the thing about it. So this is kind of confessional too. He's hitting a lot of high notes. He always talked about when he was younger how high he could hit those notes, and then he got older, he couldn't hit them high notes no more. But he always could hit high notes. I don't know why maybe he's using auto tune. I don't know. But it's not like it's his voice. But this is okay, awesome. Now I know, okay. This particular artist here, if you ever listen to him, his first album, beautiful. Okay. Dopamine, My Life on My Back. This is an artist. This man has been in the game for a minute, signed everything, doing his own thing. He went to LA, just like most artists go to LA, and he picked up his projects and he did Bartholomew. That shit was fired too. He got in a fucked up deal. I think I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to say anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then he put this album out, and this album is the first album, but him as a grown man from when he was a young man. You see what I'm saying? From even just honestly, I'm a threat, and even the song Forever Friends, which I think I like that one the most. Uh, it just shows his growth. You know what I'm saying? So the new growth is him coming into whatever 40 is about to bring for him. Even though he made this album before he hit 40, he was in his mid 30s. 2023, I said that's his mid 30s. He, well, actually late 30s. He still is showing this is what he's learned before he hit. Now he's 40. You see what I'm saying? 40 can be a very beautiful age. That's what I'm trying to get y'all all understand. 40 can be a very beautiful age. It's just about how you've been living your life. It's about what choices you make. It's just about your wisdom. See, one thing about Felicia Pride, what she said is the thing about 40 is she quoted it like, you have a disadvantage because you're so much more wiser at that age, because you're supposed to be. You're much wiser at 40 years old. And this is why I say people who are this age and being mean and attacking younger people and shit, this is why they get what the fuck they get. That tells you how fucked up they are. I don't give a fuck for people who be well into their 40s and mistreat people, especially when they're in a position of being an elder or supposed to be one. I don't fucking like it. You know what I'm saying? And I hate them even more as I've gotten to this age. Like, this is what you was doing at this fucking age towards someone who was younger than you. You ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? Let's listen a little bit more. Okay, no pussies for losers.
Ain't none of their business, ain't none of their business if we make love. Ain't none of their business, ain't none of their business that we fall.
Hey, I feel that.
I came over for the convo. You know I love to talk, but I twist my words and lose my balance. I hate getting lost. Like, why you tell your girlfriends you? I've been waiting
Not why you tell your girlfriends. Let's see what woe is.
for the time to hit harder than the pain did. Don't you miss me too much? In the underworld, I get fits heavy as my heartbeat. Don't you miss me too much?
Whoa.
Counting blank clocks make me slip. Miss my mark, now my madness seems so bliss. Don't give in.
I need to see the video to that one. Hold on. The one woe sound pretty fire. That's honestly, I'm a threat. This one is go with the feeling. Kind of nasty. I love the video to kind of nasty. I'm not gonna hold you. No love without you. I want to be with you. That one's dope too. He actually told his story about. I remember this. Yeah, that was 2 years ago. He told his story about No Love Without You, and that was 7 years ago. All right. Why am I showing this? Because this kind of just, I move off of intuition. Okay. Now, if you are offended, you know, if you feel this is a dusty, a nignog, a hard R, does this, you know, this identify me as mammy because, you know, I'm using an example for something that I'm using an example for, you can kindly bounce. Yeah, I don't have time for that. That doesn't identify anything. I'm literally just talking about something and giving an example. And this is the kind of weird behavior. Let me touch on that. God damn it. I hate the Black Obsidian left. I kind of hate the Black Obsidian left because I wanted I'm going to get into something that I think needs to be get into. As a Black woman, all right, okay, I'm an artist. Let me make something clear. I'm a fucking artist. All right, as a Black woman, in this field of work that I do, and shit, a field of work of any Black woman that she does, really. I have to navigate this motherfucker how I gotta navigate this bitch. Now, to the Black women who can navigate this world and you can be around nothing but whiteness or non-blackness as you identify it, that is kudos and awesome to you. And maybe the field of work that you do, you're able to do that. But the field of work that I do, I have to still work with Black people. I have to still talk to Black people. Um, this work has to be done by multicultural people. Okay, just be honest with you. It doesn't just have to be Black, it's multicultural people. Because that's all that I live in. And there's plenty of people who uh, there's plenty of people who are actually upstanding people of all races that I have crossed paths with. Because it's about what level of life that you are on. Now, I am not here to get into the black and white, literally. I'm not here to go back and forth about ideologies. I'm here to talk about what I have learned about being 40 years old. I'm here to get into all that I have learned about being 40 years old. Or being in my 40s, because I'm not just 40s now, and I'm still walking into my 40s. And what I have grown to learn about person, people, places, and things, and situation, and pattern recognition, and all of these different things that I have come to learn. And I'm going to fucking tell you straight up, you're going to grow. You're either going to grow or you're going to regress. And you're going to regress worse. I remember one time years ago, a man once said, he was well and he was just in his 30s, and he was in his 30s. His mother was well into her 40s. She wasn't even 50 yet, I remember. She was well into her 40s. And so I said, my mother still thinks she's young because his mother took a picture with duck lips, right? She took a picture with duck lips and she was posing in the picture a certain type of way. And he was like, she still thinks she's young. And she need to stop that. She need to stop thinking that she's still young. And he just looked like was shaking his head. And at the time, I thought he was what's the name? I thought he was how you say it. I thought he was kind of joking in a sense with her, at her being this way. And I realized that he was actually feeling a little embarrassed by his mother's behavior. Right? Now, he was feeling embarrassed by his mother's behavior. And so, why? Because at this age, I can get why there's so much more criticism about the behavior. You feel me? And then I also notice that your growth will also be recognized at this age as well. Okay? Now, another thing that I feel that is ultimate about 40s, solitude. You will, I have, let me speak in eyes. I have appreciated solitude in a different kind of way. I know how to fulfill my solitude. I went out this weekend was supposed to be for me. Okay. This weekend was like, all right, you got things to do, da 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 da. And so therefore, what happened? My kid called me, I'll be in town, mom. What you doing? Da 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 da. I said, okay, that's cool. I'll be out there. And I went out there and I said, ain't no use to me going home. I'm gonna stay tonight here. I'm gonna stay this whole weekend here. It is what it is. I got a nice outfit on. I can always iron my clothes again. It is what it is. You feel me? And so what happened is I did that and I had a great time. Did I have it in the back of my mind? I should go home and go in a corner. And yeah, I did. Even when I sat down, I was watching Grace. Got my ass up and I came out there and enjoyed the party. Okay? Enjoying the party. And so, as that had happened, right? I also thought about how beautiful that moment was, right? And I also thought about uh, what is it? What is it like? You know, what does it feel like now in life to enjoy life? Because I enjoy life more. I do. Some of you might say maybe because you relocated. Maybe, maybe, but I enjoy life more. I don't complain about the weather. I enjoy the weather as it comes. Now I was getting tired of the hot weather. I ain't gonna hold you, but I enjoy the weather as it comes, and I appreciate it. I appreciate my home. I appreciate all that I have. And I was telling, I got a new TV today, and I was telling my daughter, I was like, you remember what this apartment used to look like? I said, remember I just had the futon in the living room? It was so empty in here. And I said, look at it now. She was like, yeah, I know. I said, now we got carpets and bed sets with LED lights and bookshelves and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I know. She was packing up more of her stuff. She was packing up her stuff for the winter. And so just to look at life as where it is now and looking at her and looking at where life is going for her, right? And I even had a crazy ass thought today, and I was like, ooh, I hope that what I foresee today with her, I hope I foresee it in the time that it's going to happen. And so all of these different type of things with her that I could see, but I don't say too much. But there's also a different perspective of time that I have. You see, whatever time I take to sleep, whatever time I take to be on here, whatever time I take to do anything is meaningful to me. Time is everything to me, much more. But it's more like I appreciate the minutes, the seconds, the hours, the days. I don't rush it. I know I'm at work. I'll be like, oh man, time is flying. I say that a lot. I'll be like, damn, time is flying. Oh, okay. But there's an appreciation for life beyond what I could ever explain unless you know the experience. It's the song, go with the feeling. That's true. It's just go with the fucking feeling. Um, I want to also add something else here because I know this is a bit over 2 hours. I want you all to hear me out. I watch older people than me, and I can intuitively feel who to listen to and who not to. But I watch people older than me. Okay, I'm talking about older, well in their 60s, 70s, 80 years old, right? And I watch them, and when I watch them, I go, okay. I listen to their wisdom, what they have to say, right? And depending on, like I said, it depends on who the woman is. A lot of times I try to go for women who are a little bit more wealthy, financially together. I tend to want to listen to them a little bit more. All right. Mentorship. I have my own way of mentorship and how I learn. As you know, mine come from Lena Waithe and Shonda Rhimes. Okay. Um, you want to learn more to teach as a parent, you know? You want to learn more to sit down and teach as a parent. I sit back and I think about how I talk to my daughter about a lot of things. And today I was pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty quiet when I was talking to her. And while I was talking to her, I was looking at her and listening to her talk mainly. Sometimes I have those moments where I like to enjoy the moments. You get what I'm saying? The time that I have, I enjoy it. Even with family members, I enjoy the time that I have with them. You see what I'm saying? And so when I do that, it helps me move on with my life. It does. Yeah. I also want to say that when you also look at life, okay, when you look at life, when they say life is what you make it, that's not a lie. That's not just a cliche, okay? Life is what you make it is one of the most honest, rawest, and realest things that you can ever learn about life. And that goes into you finding your new identity. Okay. That is you becoming the identity that you say that you are. Okay. Here we go. We finally found the fucking playlist. Because I just want the the that cover to still play. That's why I'm doing it like that. Okay. This way? No, this way. That's fine. And so as you build this, life will flow with you. Why do I do the things I do? Because I apply it to my life. I apply wealth frequency to my life. I apply the 7 laws of money to my life, the 48 laws of money to my life. When I get on this microphone and I talk about the things I talk about, I apply these things to my life. I even share things a little bit personal that I'm going through, just a little bit in a transparent way, because I'm growing and I'm sharing my life. I'm sharing something that can be useful for all of you. I can't tell you what to do in a relationship. I'm still figuring that out. I'm not no relationship help, but I can tell you the relationship with yourself. I can tell you all about that relationship, but the relationship with somebody else, that's something I can't help you with. You're going to have to find a psychologist, therapist, or something to help you with that. I can't help you with that. Never really been good at that. I can admit that out loud. Even with my own relationship, there's a lot of things I'm growing with. Even with the ex coming back in my life, I'm growing through that as well. And let's talk about that real quick. You know, my current partner was like asking me about this person. And I was like, well, I ain't really, I'm not trying to go be back with somebody who played me like that. That person played the shit out of me. It's like, well, this, that, and the third. I was like, yeah, business. If they want to be a part of this project, and don't get me wrong, sometimes I think to myself, like, is this person going to be able to hold their end of the stick when it comes to this project? Oh, what's going on here? Don't know. Okay. So I'm playing this video, and actually, it's supposed to just been the still image, but the videos are playing too. Because this is an image. I have been using this person as an example, but from the videos and the image, this person, this is the work he's done as an independent artist, as a songwriter, his own studio. He has he's he's doing well for him now hitting 40. I like to watch people's growth. Okay. I like to see where people go on their path at times. And he's one of those that I kind of peep into because he's doing the show now, which I think is going to really grow. And he's also still doing his music videos on his own, and it's working. I mean, he got views. It's in the case. You know what I'm saying? His shit has even got copied by Usher. Usher has straight nabbed this his shit. And he was positive about it, and he just kept on going. So this artist is the blueprint of what I'm talking about here when it comes to growing, manifesting, building a new identity. If you listen to this artist, even if you come back later and you recognize his face, you'll be like, oh shit, that's such and such, such and such, such and such. And then therefore, there it is. Here's another thing. As you begin to learn what you're worthy of and who you are, everybody can't sit with you, baby. I was just talking to Black Obsidian about that. As you begin to learn who you are and you begin to know what you are worth, everybody can't sit at your motherfucking table. Do you hear me? It won't be hard to block people. It won't be hard to say no. It won't be hard to direct people to your link or tell people how much they got to pay you. It won't be motherfucking hard. I told you I learned my lesson from that Facebook inbox message. I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck did I just do there? I just missed out on making money. What am I doing? And so I wised up. I wised up real quick. Like, no, that's not going to happen to me again. Nope. And then you heard me tell Black Obsidian, I'm like, nope, no more DMs. If anybody want to reach me, they reach me through that email. That's how I'm gonna get reached. See, people who serious will email you. People who full of shit, they'll DM you faster. People who serious emails. That's what they do. They rather email you. And people who are very serious will call you, and they'll call you straight about business. Another thing. Uh ooh, you'll accept the fact if you do have people who don't like you. You'll just move according to that, and you will understand why they don't. You will know. I know why this person don't like me. Sometimes you may not know, and that's cool too. It is what it is. But there are times you're gonna know. I know why this person don't like me. I know why this person feel the way they feel about me. I know why this person do this. I know why. You begin to put it together. You'll also begin to put together changes around your life. You know, I know I keep saying you because I feel like now I have to say that, but I put change. I made sense of the changes around in my life. Even the positive changes. Like, wait a minute, everybody, the energy's different now. it's different. What the hell happened? And it's like, no, I happened. I shifted. I shifted. I shifted something in my life. I made something change. Okay. And it's beautiful. And I tell you all the time, don't go back into I wish I did it sooner. Don't go back into that. Fuck all that. It's about what you did now. It's about who you are in the now, right? All of that. Don't go into a place of, you know, if I would have done no, 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 no. You did it now. So focus on how you did it now and all you did now. You gotta think about that. That's all that matters. Because, I mean, all you have is now. You were already wise. You just got distracted. I'm trying to tell you, you're already wise. You just got distracted. You just didn't know you got distracted. Or you allowed yourself to be distracted. I've done some stupid shit. I have. And I'm lucky to be alive from the dumb shit that I have done in my 30s. Shit, my 20s. So I'm thankful to be alive. And I told y'all my story of me just wanting to check out. So I'm thankful to be alive. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing because there are people I have crossed paths with, and I'm like, fucking imbeciles, fucking idiots. Like, like, really? Is that what you did? Is that what you thought was gonna work? Is that how you doing life? And it is. And you just have to go and you have to move on. Don't even waste your time thinking about them, unless you laugh. Don't waste your time being like, oh man, I wish I never met that motherfucker. Don't even go into that path. Just understand that however you were vibrating, that's why you attracted who you attracted. And you have to take it as it is. Let me share something with you all. I sat down through a meditation and I talked to someone that I have met before, and they've been a very impactful person in my life. And I thank them for that we have crossed paths. I thank them. And I told them that I was never ready to be anything to nobody in no relationship. All right. I wasn't ready to be any of that shit. And I explained to that person that when we cross paths, how much my life has changed since I met them, right? And I had people in the realms, honey, trying to tell me to stay away from this person and all kind of shit, and it didn't matter. And I told them in this meditation, I was like thanking them, and I was like, life moves on. Even if I cross paths with you again, uh, just a friendship will be appreciated, or a partnership, business partnership will be appreciated. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. I realized that we were never supposed to be anything but that. I don't really believe in twin flames and soulmates to the way that everybody else does. And I told them that. And I released my life and I moved on. But if you sit down in them 40s and you holding on to a love, you holding on to something, you better start examining why. You need to psychologically dig into that, even if you have to go to therapy about it, or go higher than yourself about why have you not let this go. And I knew between me and this person there was unfinished business. It was spiritually unfinished business. And I told myself, I said, look, if it comes where we can cross paths again, we're going to cross paths. And when we cross paths, I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk this time. Don't be shocked, but just know that I'm going to talk. I'm going to say something. I'm going to more than likely say exactly what I'm saying to you here. And that's how you move on with life. Sometimes you have things that cross your path because it's to push you to get focused on the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay? But you have to be able to intuitively be attuned enough to understand that. Whatever last relationship you had and the problems that you had in it, tell yourself the truth. Were you really into that relationship? Did you really care and love that person the way that you said you do? When I tell you when I tell you that I had to do a lot of internal shadow work while being in this current relationship, my past relationships, the shadow work that I had to do on myself, it's not even funny. Excuse me for all the laughter. I just, when you get to this point, you will understand the laughter. All right. I want to also tell you this, guys. All right. I got a lot to tell you, but this is, after you tell yourself the truth, and you might cry about it, and that's okay. You do a lot of crying, but it's a different type of cry. After you tell yourself the truth, okay, um, and you wake up and you tell yourself the truth, it's uplifting to be honest to yourself to that capacity. You know, it's pivotal um that you always get over shit. Okay, I need you to hear me. You got to get over shit. You have to let that shit go. If you can't write a motherfucking letter, take it to a meditation and talk to the spirit of that person. Go into the dream realm, talk to that person. But you got to let that shit go. I get it. 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 Well, that person was like, I'm 40 some years old. You think I don't know what the fuck that means? They just say, you gotta let that shit go. Told me a story. So when I was 28 years old, that's the age I was at the time. So when I was 28 years old, I was yelling at my mama about her leaving me and what she did to me. And I was cursing her out so bad and crying, and I was angry. He said she didn't even know who I was. She didn't even know who I was. He said, you gotta let all that shit. Told me that shit. Said, when we young, our parents take care of us. When they get old, we take care of them. Told me that shit. And here I am, tables turning. Is it all worth it? No. All that anger, all that resentment, all that you abandoned me, you hurt me, you all that shit. I promise you let that shit go. I loved you when you broke my heart, you gonna let that shit go. I, I promise you gonna let that shit go. You ain't gonna want that shit. You ain't gonna want to carry that shit no more in your spirit. You gonna want that shit to be released. You gonna let it go. Let that shit go. It ain't serving you. And it never will serve you. Ever. Do you hear me? It will never serve you. Let that shit go, y'all. Alright, y'all. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. We passed 2 hours. I'm out of here. Thank you to all who tuned in. Yeah, man. Let that shit